Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Nitro Dinghy. This board features Nitro's true camber, which is good old-fashioned traditional camber. So from contact point to contact point you have that arc of traditional camber. That's going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive out of this board. This board's available in 155 wide and 160 wide. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that had 3 inches of fresh snow, and then like crusty leftover snow, chopped chunder, perfectly dusted corduroy, and I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board firmly sits past middle of the road in the free ride spectrum of flex. You get a tiny little bit more flex in the nose, and I mean tiny, otherwise it's pretty uniform all the way through, and that means that the torsional flex, while there, has a good rebound to it. Now, when you take into account the width, the camber, and the flex pattern of this board, it will crush anything in its path. I rode this board on what was possibly one of the crustiest days I've ridden in a long time, and it did a great job of just not causing any foot fatigue. Any chatter, any vibrations were pretty much dissipated before they got underfoot, and I could just ride everything and not have to worry about it. It was damp where it counted, but it still remained lively as well. If you like to pop, then you want a board with full camber, and this board has it. You do load it up, and when you roll back on that tail and engage it to spring off, you feel it take over, and this board will pop. It's great for porpoising through fresh snow, and it doesn't suck when you launch a roller or a side hit. Buttering was not fun on this thing. High-speed wheelies on the tail, sure, whatever, but popping a 180 and trying to press into that slightly, and I mean ever so slightly softer nose, what a workout. Not fun at all. Don't recommend it. This board can carve if you know how to carve. I mean, yes, it's got more width to it, so obviously someone with a smaller boot is gonna have some problems with it. Having a size 10 on a 155, not an issue for me at all. It has a smooth and fluid edge-to-edge power transmission, and it feels zippy when you're exiting a turn. The only way to describe it is you engage it outside the front, you load it through the middle, and then you drive back off the tail, and it just springs you out of that turn. It's solid. I can't describe it better than that. This board will just carve. Short, tight, quick carves, medium, mellow carves, deep, hard, aggressive carves. It's got you covered. This board wants to get on edge, leave a trench, and let you know that it left a trench, but it doesn't require you to be on top of it, giving your A game and just putting all your effort into it. Who's this board for? The big-footed resort powder carver. All right, so I've had a lot of requests to review this board. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get on it last year, and I thought this board would have had more hype, but it didn't, which sucks because this board is phenomenal for what it is. I think if you're a big-footed rider that wants something with a little more width, that you can ride a little smaller, that can still carve and floats well and pow and has solid pop, this is something to consider. This board was just awesome all the way around. I mean, I rode it on a really shitty day and I didn't have a bad time with it at all. Comparable boards: the Amplid Kill Switch, the Ride Super Pig, the Libtech Apex Orca. Binding recommendations: the Nitro Team Pro, the Bent Metal Transfer, the K2 Edition. This has been my review of the Nitro Dinghy. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you gonna buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you wanna support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.